What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome back to the Gobcast. I don't know what episode number. I mean, 50 was an important one that I counted, but besides that, I don't really keep track around here. But we're taking calls once again today, as you guys have probably gotten used to by now. And maybe you've missed it because we actually skipped a week. Normally, we do calls, then guests, then calls. But we doubled up on the guests these past couple weeks. So this might be a long-awaited call episode for some. And today, I wanted to hear all about psychedelics. Listen, I haven't taken some shrooms in a little while. Acid, it's been even longer. And I want to hear about your guys' psychedelic stories. And today, I got some of the most degenerate and depraved calls I've gotten in a long time. It feels like every week, it just gets progressively worse around here with the call-ins. And that's good. That's a good thing. I want you to call in and say horrible stuff that you shouldn't say anywhere else. We got calls from people who dropped fake acid at their little sister's third birthday party. We got someone who took shrooms and crashed into a high school. We have a lot of people who seem to be in some sort of religious psychosis. I don't know if that's going around or something. Can't tell you what the deal is with that. We have some remarkable calls today, and I don't want to spoil all of them for you. But what I will say is thank you all for calling in, because we got some of the most calls I think we've ever gotten on the show this morning. I mean, we have been getting multiple calls a minute, every minute for probably 5 hours now straight. So unbelievable. Thank you all for the support. Drop a like, drop a sub. We just passed 200K. As you can see, no alcohol on the table today, only water, because I am repulsed by alcohol after episode 50. I can't do it anymore. I can't drink any more alcohol. It's disgusting. I can't do it. I'll drink in like a month, maybe 2 months. It's probably going to take a trip to Vegas. But either way, let's listen to this first one here, okay?
All right, bro. I'm at work right now, but I'm going to tell you about the story when I took fake acid. And it was my little sister's birthday, and she was turning 3. I don't know, bro. I didn't have no visuals.
Now, this one's kind of, because first off, your little sister just turned 3. It's like you couldn't leave the house. Like, you don't have to be there, bro. She's not going to remember. She's 3 years old. I'd say probably like 6 is when she's going to start remembering. So like 3, yeah, it doesn't matter, dude. You don't have to be there. But if you're going to be there, you probably shouldn't be on drugs. You should be sober for your 3-year-old sister's birthday party, because they probably got like some fat dude in a Spider-Man suit to show up, and they got like a little bouncy house, and you're going to f that up. That's not very nice. Also, this guy has a weird area code. I'm not going to say it out loud because that would be rude of me, but it's just very strange. So let's call him. He's at work right now, so hopefully you can step out. Let's find out.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, you're on the Gobcast. You mind being recorded?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yo, I heard you were tripping at your little sister's third birthday party. That's kind of up. What was happening there?
Bro, it wasn't really like at her party. Her party was that day.
Okay.
And I took the test like an hour before the party was supposed to end. And
An hour before it was supposed to end?
yeah.
Okay.
So everybody was still there.
So it was winding down, and you figured like, oh, coast is clear. It's time to drop acid.
It was my first time tripping too. Like,
How
the
hell did that come about at your sister's third birthday?
Well, I got the acid like a couple days before, and I was already planning on doing that tonight. So I was like, okay, I didn't know the birthday was tonight. I thought it was like next weekend or some shit like that. So I went on a walk with my dog, took the shit, and like 2 hours later, I didn't feel nothing. So I took a second pass, and I just started tweaking, bro. I didn't have no visuals. I was like vomiting.
That's how it goes with fake acid.
Was.
I mean, who knows what it actually was, but a lot of the stuff they put on those fake tabs, that's how it hits you. Like, you'll take one, because they're not dosed evenly. So you'll take one, and it's like some bullshit, and then you take a second one, you start tweaking. So it didn't make you trip at all, though? You just got sick?
Well, I think it did something, because it had like a weird effect on like my conscience and shit. Like, I was tweaking. I didn't know what was going on. Like, bro, I don't even know how to describe it. I like didn't know where I was, and I was like in my room in my bed.
And when you had come back and like gotten back from walking your dog and waited a little bit for the acid to hit, had everyone like left the birthday party by the time it hit you?
Yeah, by the time it hit me, I was like down in my room, but like I had I think my dad came down and checked on me, and he thought I was like sleepwalking or something because it was like 11:30 at night, and I was still just throwing up, just walking back and forth to my bathroom. He's like, "Are you good?" And I don't even like remember that whole conversation. I only remember parts of it, bro.
I mean, did you attend the rest of the birthday party beforehand? Like, were you a good participant?
Yeah, I like pulled up for like all the presents and shit, but like after I dropped the acid, I'm like, dude, I gotta go to my room. There's no way I'm gonna be up there while this shit hits,
so you
even if it didn't hit then.
so your parents never suspected that you were high on anything when you're throwing up and shit and all up in your room?
Dude, I have no clue how they didn't suspect that. One time I took hella Benadryl and I was up in my parents' room and I was asking them if they want nachos, bro. And they were like, "What are you doing?"
Have your parents ever like caught you with any of the drugs that you do?
Only like with weed. They caught me with codeine once, but that was like
How do
hella
they
long
react
ago.
when they catch you? Like, what do they do?
Well, they're fine with me smoking weed because that was like hella long ago when they was tweaking about it. But bro, they just like I don't know, bro. They just like disappointed, which I kind of feel bad about.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, yo, I would be disappointed. I'd be like, yo, if I got my daughter's third birthday and my son's out there tweaking on acid while he's walking the dog, and like my daughter's here with like an inflatable bouncy house, like opening some presents, I'd be like, yo, my son needs to get grounded, like
Yeah, I get that.
low key. But also, like, damn, at the same time, it's like when I was younger, if I had like, I didn't have any siblings, but if I had like, I
Yeah.
for sure wouldn't have been at any of those parties for surely. So like,
Oh hell no, bro. If I was like tweaking on something, I would just stay in my room.
I wouldn't have been at a single one of those parties. So like, yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it is what it is. But well, you know, I'm glad you didn't party up at least. I'm not gonna lie. When I heard your voicemail, I was kind of envisioning like, oh, you blew that shit. But it's good to
Oh,
know
bro,
that
no,
your
I
little
would have
sister had a good
hated
third
myself.
birthday.
Yeah, I was happy that I don't even know what happened at the rest of the party. I'm pretty sure everyone just like was chilling. I hope my family was over and shit. But
So have you
I
done
don't know.
real
I
acid
stopped with
after
all
that?
that. No, bro, I haven't even tried taking acid since then. I've only shrooms. That's the only like
That's valid. I mean,
psychedelic.
after that experience, I don't think I would try it again either.
I was
That's
like excited to try it too. I was like, bro, I've never tripped before.
I mean, honestly, in my opinion, as someone who's done a lot of both, shrooms are more fun for sure.
Oh God, I really like shrooms.
Shrooms
I've
are a
taken
good
like an
time.
eighth and never had a bad trip.
You ever take an eighth at like another family event, like another birthday party? What about your sister's fourth?
Nah, nah. Fourth birthday, bro.
Were you sober for the fourth birthday?
I haven't done something like that in like at least 2 years.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
because she's
I've
getting
tried to
old enough
chill
to
out since
remember them
then.
now. Third birthday, she won't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to remember me being a better party.
Well, hey, man, thank you for calling in and sharing. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for calling back, bro.
Of course, man. You have a good rest of your day.
You too, bro. Peace out.
Yep. See ya. Yo, at least he waited till the party was winding down a little bit. You know, I remember. I mean, when I was younger, there was probably a million family functions that I ended up going to, especially like both sides of the family. I was like, damn, I wish I had some tabs on me right now. I wish I could leave. You know, that guy. It sounds like he really could. He really was able to leave. But he also, on the flip side of that, he sounded regretful. Most of these people that call into this show don't give a damn. You guys call in, you're like, yeah, dude, I gave a retarded kid, like I laced a special needs kid. That was literally, I think, the last call-in episode, and that guy was happy about it. Let's listen to this next one.
Gabi, point of the story is I took mushrooms and hit a high schooler with my car. Pretty fun.
How do you hit a high school with your car? Listen, there's a lot. Like, first off, the high schools, they're I mean, you have to drive way up off the road to hit the school. Like, it's like They got distance. The sidewalks are wide at the high school. They're going to have some greenery. And when I look back at the high school that I attended or the high schools that I attended, all of them, like, if I wanted to hit that high school, I would have had to drive over some bumpy stuff. That would have been a fair warning. There's no, like, accidentally, like, oh, I nicked the corner of the high school on my way out, you know? So, like.
Pretty fun day. Yeah, call me back. Yeah,
I will call you back, dude. Okay. All right, let's call right now. If he doesn't call, if he doesn't pick up, we're going to say his phone number out loud. And you guys can call him and figure that out. That's a risk you guys run when you call in, dude. You better pick it back up. A triple ringer, that's not a good sign. You got 2 more rings, dude.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
Forwarded to an automatic voice message system. Guy's probably off the Zans, crashing into buildings still right now, dude. He can't pick the phone up. He's busy. He's fucking busy. I feel like crashing into a building is such like a... I mean, he didn't mention what... Like, he said he's on shrooms, but like... Dude. That's gotta be... That's more than just being on shrooms. Like, come on, bro. You hit the high school. That's big, dude. It's like you can't miss that. You can't miss the high school, you know? We have some... The next call we have is from someone who took some half an ounce of Ecuadorian psychedelics, as they call them, and seemed to have some sort of religious psychosis. So let's just go ahead and play this voicemail.
On Super Bowl Sunday of this year, I took half an ounce of shrooms, Ecuadorian psychedelic shrooms, and then 7 tabs of acid. And I tripped so hard, I heard God talk to me, and Judgment Day happened. And I also really freaked out my family, and my dad came over and ruptured my eardrum.
Why specifically Ecuadorian psychedelics? I've never in my life heard them gassed up. I've never heard someone like, yo, dude, my shrooms are from Ecuador. Like, you have to try these. Like, I've never in my life heard. He might be onto something, dude. Those weird, obscure, like, jungle psychedelics are usually the shit, dude. That's how... Hey, you're on the Gobcast right now. You mind being recorded?
No, I do not.
Yo, I heard you're doing, like, Ecuadorian shrooms and shit and tweaking.
Yes, sir. On Super Bowl Sunday, I took a half an ounce of Ecuadorian super shrooms and then about 7 tabs of acid.
So what is an Ecuadorian super shroom?
That's what my plug called them. I think it's like a specific breed of mushroom that is in Ecuador, but they're pretty fucking strong. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did they look like?
They were kind of thin, like thin stems, and then like a really bulbous capsule or a really bulbous cap.
Were they kind of like tiny shrooms? Like.
Yeah, but they were small and thin, but probably the strongest shrooms I've ever eaten.
So how did you start hearing God talk to you? I mean, how did this play out?
Okay, so I was in my room, and I was chilling with my cats, and everyone else was watching the Super Bowl. So my cats start licking each other, and it goes on for like 30 minutes. And so I start getting panicked because, I'm frying my brains off. So I go upstairs, and I'm like, I think we have a flea infestation. And everyone's like, no, we don't. No, we don't. And so I tried to take the cats outside. I tried to throw my cats outside the door.
Shit.
And then after that, I went upstairs and I sat in my living room. And then I started seeing everybody, like, it was the countdown to the Super Bowl, but I thought it was the countdown to Judgment Day, to the end time, to the end of the world.
Shit, that's bad news.
No, it was bad news. And everyone was, like, calling their family. And, like, I talked to my grandma, and I was like, Grandma, it's the end. This is it. And
saying
she was
your goodbyes
like,
and shit.
Dude, yeah, I was saying, I genuinely thought it was very scary. And then it was like time froze. Like I couldn't see anything move. So it
Okay.
was like everything was just a still picture. And then it clicks in my head and I'm like, I get the joke. And the joke was that I had died and that Judgment Day had happened, and now I was stuck in this my frozen living room for the rest of eternity. That was the joke.
Oh, that's a
It was,
shitty
and
joke.
it was a shitty joke. And then I started hearing God talk to me and saying, like, he was like screaming at me for doing the drugs. Like, he was like just ranting and raving in the back of my head. And then he like was like, you need to really shape up and get your shit together, and you need to stop. And it was it was insane. It was really weird.
It's
Then
crazy because there's no other drug that really does that except psychedelics, where like you'll be high on some shit and your brain's literally like, yo, don't do this anymore.
No, genuinely, it was. I truly believe it was either the spirit of acid talking to me or God himself. It was one of those two.
Yep.
Because that was like the end of my. I was on a really bad drug bender since September, but yeah. Then I like woke up and time was moving again, and I was laying on the floor of my living room, and my cousin had called my dad, and
Okay.
my dad was on the phone, and he was screaming at me. He was so pissed. He was so pissed off. So all I could hear while I was laying on the ground, tripping out of my mind, was my dad screaming that he was going to kill me. Like, he was like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. You are dead. I'm going to kill you. Like, some scary shit.
Oh no.
And then all of a sudden I hear his voice gets like deeper and deeper and deeper and more like echoey until I'm literally hearing Satan tell me that this is it. I'm going to hell.
Oh God.
This was my final mistake. Like, this was the last straw. This was it. I'm going to hell. And then everything started shaking, and all I could hear was him counting down from like 3, 2, 1, and everything started shaking, and like I started getting tinted red, and so I started just crying on the floor because I was like, well, I just wanted to have a good time on Super Bowl Sunday, and now I'm going to hell.
And was this like the peak of your trip at this point, like the most intense point?
Yeah.
You're thinking like, I'm going to hell right now?
Yeah, no, I if you put me on like a lie detector or something, I wholeheartedly believed that I was going to hell. I straight up thought that my eternal soul was going to burn forever. It was probably the scariest moment of my life, actually. But when the countdown stopped, he started up again because I didn't go to hell, obviously. And so that kind of, I guess that kind of freed me, because I was like, okay, well, I just got told by Satan that I'm going to go burn in hell, and I didn't. But that was the scariest thing ever, so I can't, nothing else really scares me anymore after that. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. Then I started screaming about Patrick Mahomes after he won the Super Bowl. In my living room, I started screaming, Mahomes! Mahomes!
While all the people are still like over watching it in your living room?
Yeah, while everyone was watching,
no.
I started screaming Mahomes. And then I started babbling about Fall Out Boy coming to do a concert in my house.
Ooh.
And then my dad, I love Fall Out Boy. I was excited for that one. I was hyped, but then my dad came home and he dragged me down the stairs, and I was trying to fight him because I was like, no, I can't go downstairs. I thought something was down there that I did not want to be around. So I was like, I can't go downstairs. So he dragged me down and into my room, and I sat on my bed, and he was like, you need to chill the fuck out before I get pissed. And so at that point, I wasn't, I was coming down, at that point I was really like starting to chill out a lot more, and not enough apparently, because I jumped up in his face and screamed anal as loud as I could in his face.
Oh.
I was sitting on my bed and he was standing, and then I literally shot up, got in his face, and screamed anal. And that's when he cupped my ear. He slapped me in the ear. He ruptured my eardrum.
Oh shit! I
after
mean,
slapping me, dude.
you might have earned that one. Screaming in his
No, see,
face.
that's
and
what I'm
shit.
saying.
Yeah,
I did.
don't know.
I did. He felt really bad, and I was like, no, I definitely deserve that. I would, if someone's got in my face and screamed anal, I get it. But yeah, he clapped my ear and ruptured my eardrum, and then I thought my spinal fluid was leaking out, because when I was trying to drink water, it was like coming out of my ear, like the hole, and it was crazy. It was horrible. Felt really bad.
Oh, that's got to be scary when you're tripping and don't really understand what's happening.
Oh yeah, it was very scary, because I was like, dude, my dad might have just straight up killed me.
So when your eardrum ruptures, like water's coming out of your ear?
Well, he at first, yeah, there was like a fluid or something.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure there's like a fluid in your ear that helps you balance. So I think that's what was leaking out. And then when I was drinking water, it was like the ears, nose, and throat are connected. So I'm assuming it like went up a tube and then came out or something. It was really fucking weird, but I could like feel it sloshing around behind my skull. It was crazy,
I'd be
dude.
tweaking.
I'd
Rip my ear off, I think.
Dude, no, I was, it was very, very scary. It was very scary.
So prior to this, were you taking a lot of like super insane psychedelic doses? Because this sounds like not your first major dose.
No, yeah. I think maybe a month before that, I had taken 6 tabs of acid and then an ounce of shrooms, an ounce of those Ecuadorian super shrooms. And then that happened, and I ran out in the road onto the state highway. I ran into a highway and tried to stop a school bus to take me to my school. But the lady didn't stop, thankfully, because I looked like a tweaker. My dad FaceTimes me, and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he said I was literally steaming, like my body was producing steam. So, yeah, not the first time.
Why
did a lot of
you take all of these like massive doses?
My mom died in September.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
My mom died in September. Yeah, well, she overdosed on fentanyl.
Oh shit.
So, yeah, she I think she smoked a joint that was laced, or she was smoking meth, and like the hospital didn't tell us, but she overdosed on fentanyl. It was actually a combo of fentanyl, COVID, and bacterial meningitis that got her.
Wow.
So that's a terrible trio right there.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, definitely. But I turned to substances to like deal with that pain, because I'm not the very best at dealing with my emotions normally. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, well, I've done acid before and it's helped me a lot, and I've done shrooms before and it's helped me like realize stuff, so might as well combine them, or might as well try other shit, Mm-hmm. And so then I started taking more and more acid, more and more shrooms. I started drinking cough syrup, lean, Delsim, bro. The grape Delsim, bro.
No, not
grape
the
Delsim
grape
Sprite.
Delsim, dude.
Dude, no, I would literally drink like two of those 13-ounce, or the big bottles. You know what I'm talking about? The big bottles.
Yep.
Delsim, yeah.
Yep.
I would drink like 2 of those, mix it with some Sprite, and then I would just be high. I would get so high
too, because it's like the extended release shit most of the time.
Yeah, no, seriously, like I would be high for like 17 hours straight, dude. Mm-hmm. Like 17, 18 hours, and I'd be hearing voices, and but I just wouldn't stop, because I was like, I don't want to be sober and have to deal with my emotions.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to be sober and do that. But then I stopped doing the Delsim, because I fucked up my kidneys a little bit, and I could not piss.
Oh, that's scary. Yeah.
No, it wasn't scary. I had to go to urgent care, and they did an ultrasound on my bladder, and they were like, "Dude, yeah, you need to not do this ever again."
Oh God.
I was like, "All right, doc." All right, doc, I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, just wanting to hide from my emotions, I guess.
It sounds like you're doing better now, though. It sounds like you have gotten a rein on the psychedelic use. Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Nice.
The Super Bowl experience really made me it really helped me realize that that's not who I want to be. And, scaring my family members, like my little cousins, like that's not who I want them to see me as. I don't want them to be seeing me like that. that's not the sort of image I want to portray to them. And then your videos have helped a lot, like seeing how you went from being a fucking degenerate to where you are now, and like how you changed your life around has really made me realize that, I can get past this sort of drug use too,
Thanks, bro. I really appreciate that. I'm glad
No, dude, yeah.
I could play a part in that. Well, damn, I'm glad to hear you're doing better. That's one of the more fascinating stories that I think anyone's called with today, though. That
Dude, all right, yeah.
I mean, that's a crazy dose. Like, most of the people calling in today, I think, are calling in. They're like, I took an eighth of shrooms and I was tweaking. But
No.
I think I knew one kid in high school who, like, your story reminds me a lot of, who would eat those ounce doses, and he was nuts. So it sounds, I mean, I'm shocked that you're as cohesive as you are, honestly.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think it's in my DNA though, like just to be able to handle drugs.
There you go.
But I'm not going to test that though. I'm gonna chill out for a bit.
I feel like you've already tested it.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah, for sure. By the sounds of it, yeah, I'd say an ounce of shrooms is a good test. So
yeah, an ounce of shrooms is a good test, and then an ounce of shrooms with 6 tabs of acid is an even better
that's a good test. That's a good test.
No, it is.
Damn. Well, hey,
flying colors.
I appreciate you for calling in, man. Thanks for your time, man.
Dude, yeah, no, thank you for calling. I was like, my heart started fluttering when you called. I was like, holy shit, it's Goblin. Oh my God, this is happening.
Are you at work right now, like you mentioned in your voicemail?
Oh,
never mind. No,
yeah.
that was not your voicemail that mentioned work.
Well,
that was a different one I was reading, wasn't it?
No, I am on break right now, though.
Oh, you are? Dude, everyone who calls in
Yeah.
is at work when they call.
Well, got to answer the Goblin, bro.
What do you do for work?
Right now, I'm working at a Goodwill because
Fire.
fuck fast food.
Is that a good job? Like, do they take good care of you there?
Yeah, dude, Goodwill is awesome. At least the one I'm working at, they have, they have pretty good benefits. The team is really nice. Plus, I can give my friends like hella discounts. 5-finger discount. Like,
Dude, that's actually so funny. I literally almost all of her voicemails today, people mention, "Oh, I'm at work right now, so like call me when I'm on break." You're one of the like 2 that I have that didn't mention that, and you're at work anyways.
Dude, yeah, no, dude, I'd quit my job to answer this call, dude. There's there's no way.
Wait, I appreciate you, man. I won't piss off your manager anymore. Get back to it, bro.
All right, take it easy, man.
Yep, you have a good rest of your day. Appreciate you.
You too.
Damn, that was quite the call-in, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that went from like I'm tripping on Super Bowl Sunday to like very personal to like, oh, working at Goodwill's pretty good. I mean, I really covered all the bases, I think. That was a top 10 call maybe on the show. I don't know. What do you guys think? That was a banger. But listen, we have a lot more. And also, while we've been sitting here, we've gotten like 60 calls or some shit just since we started rolling around 30 minutes ago. So you might dive into some of the fresher voicemails and just see what we can pull out. I'm going to warn you, listening to the voicemails unfiltered is dangerous. That's a risky act, okay? Now, one of the voicemails that we have here is from someone who apparently shit themselves at church when they were on acid. So let's listen to this voicemail.
Hello, Goblin. My name is V. I had inquired a different topic like last week. We were talking about 7-0, but I saw your post about acid trips. I'd love to tell you about the time I had a fake acid trip, and I proceeded to defecate my pants inside of a church.
A lot of religious calls today. I don't know what. There's like some sort of connection between psychedelics and religion. A lot of people calling in. I mean, this guy just happened to shit himself in the church, so I don't know how deep the connection is there. But like, there is a lot of other calls today that are like that last one. That guy really thought he was going to hell in the moment. Let's call this guy. I want to hear, what's it like pooping your pants at church, man? How do you take care of that? Do you go home? Do you drive? You don't want to get the poop on your seat. Do you Uber? Uber's not going to pick you. Oh.
Yo,
you're on the Gobcast. You mind being recorded?
I don't mind. What up, man?
Yo, I heard you pooped yourself at church, dude. I'm fascinated, actually.
I was like, no fucking way this dude's going to call me back. What up, man? Give me a second. You actually called me at a good time. I'm going to break.
Perfect.
Hold on. Yeah, I don't want to tell about my whole fucking job.
Oh, yeah, no, take your time. Get somewhere private.
All right, so I'm outside now. So it's probably about like 6 years ago. I'm from the East Coast, like Rhode Island. So I think it was actually the last time I took acid. I bought it from this chick I used to know. Picked up. I was like, hey, yearly I used to fucking get acid each year, and I'll double the dose each year I go, like my annual trip.
Yep.
And I decided it was a good time. I was like, hey, I'm going to take acid, and I was not expecting my ex at the time, well, girlfriend at the time, calls me as I already just fucking dropped 2 hits. She's like, hey, parents want us all to go to attend church. They were very religious and shit. And
oh, shit.
I was like, I'm trying to hide the fact that I did it because, like, she was a little bit of, like, a goodie, if that makes sense. Like, she didn't smoke, she didn't drink. Here I am,
yeah,
like,
she's inviting you to go to church with her and stuff, So.
Yeah, and here I am on my degenerate behavior. I'm fucking smoking, drinking. I smoke cigarettes. I always had I carried around this water bottle full of, like, mouthwash and toothpaste so she wouldn't fucking smell it on me every time I smoked a cigarette.
That's
so either
crazy.
way,
That's dedication.
I'm already halfway through fucking peaking on this shit, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna fucking buckle up. I got my little kaleidoscope vision going on, and I get fucking body locked in the fucking as we go to church. I'm sitting down, and it's fucking brutal as fuck. Because I've had a good acid trip before. I was like, no, something's wrong with this acid. It doesn't feel like you're straight, clean acid here. And I got very clammy. And again, I'm body locked. And next thing I know, I fucking look down and fucking Hershey squirts all over the fucking pew.
Oh, my. Oh,
I fucking straight shit myself.
like, all right, I'm trying not to be too descriptive here. Just on a scale of 1 to 10, the quantity, like how much?
So at the time I was probably 190 soaking wet. I felt like I shit half my body weight.
Wow.
Like I don't know if it was because of the acid itself.
Maybe the body load contributed.
It just felt like this straight bile, as if I was about to throw up the opposite side.
Oh.
So it was just straight bile. I couldn't even say it smelled like shit. My whole fucking... Needless to say, I was a whole fucking mess because at this point still, like, I don't know, I couldn't grasp reality.
Yeah, what's your next step as you're sitting there on the pew with shit in your pants?
They called the fucking paramedics.
They called the paramedics?
So it ended worse because the last place you want to be, whether on real acid or fake acid, is in a hospital.
Yeah, fuck no.
But I couldn't coherently tell people I'm just tripping the fuck out right now. By the way, the parents forbid me from fucking seeing the doctor ever again.
How old are you at this point?
I'm 29 now. I was probably I think I was 21.
Okay, so you were still, you could like check yourself out of the hospital and shit. It wasn't something like your parents or shit.
Yeah. No, I wasn't I wasn't a teenager. I essentially, when I came back to it, I was just telling them like, no, once I got away from everyone, no one went on the ambulance with me. No, I was like, hey, no, I'm good. I'm just tripping sack right now.
Bro, the paramedics might be the worst possible like thing to inject into that situation, actually. Like, I was thinking...
And the thing is, I know we're closer, like, I don't want to say, like I'm not, like, atheist or anything, but I'm just not religious type of guy to go to church all the time.
Yeah,
I'm not a church-going goody like that. No offense to people that do.
Yeah, you're doing it for your girl at that point. Fuck
I was essentially, like, it was, like, the little things the things I do to try to smash, honestly. Yep. I was like, all right, I got to smooth it over with the parents, be allowed in the house, get to know them. That's their first impression of me.
So that was their literal first impression of you?
Yeah, I never met him before. I kept seeing a girl on the side, and She's like, oh, no, you got if you want to be serious, you got to meet my parents.
Oh,
And we kept trying to set up a time, and either I was like working or I was always too busy. And essentially, finally, I got to meet him. And under the circumstances of thinking I was going to be unbothered the whole day because I don't like to trip inside. I go out to the woods
tripping
or
inside
something,
is
go to
kind
a
of
park.
boring.
It's not my thing. It's like because it's like that like four walls. I don't like to be confined, so I just go out in nature, walk around.
Yeah, nature hits different when you're tripping.
Oh, fuck yeah,
Nature's
dude.
thrilling. Did you ever have a history of shitting yourself, or was this the first time?
No, this is honestly the first time ever. Like,
Oh,
again,
my
it's hard to
God.
describe. Like when you have when you have the runs, essentially, you know when you got to go.
Yeah.
When you just feel like you're locked in your body, that whole mechanism of like I need to get up and go to the bathroom was out of the window.
Did the girl ever did you ever speak to her again?
Yeah. She thought I was a piece of shit, quite literally, over shitting my pants. Like she didn't even disclose that. I think she may have added it on that I was on something because I couldn't coherently speak at that time. I was basically a babbling toddler in a pew of a church, like not knowing what's going on. So I think they could have added it on, like this kid's on something.
How far into the service were they when you chat yourself?
It was the part where the people get up and go get the fucking the Cheez-Its and the
No,
red
they were
wine.
going to get the bread.
Yeah.
No.
And they came back, and I'm still just sitting there, and like I couldn't do it because like prior like heading there, they asked like if I'm like confirmed or whatever it is, where you attend so many classes on Sunday, you get to go up and be worthy of the body of Christ. I never got that far, so like okay, well, you can fuck off during that time, I guess.
You stay seated. You can't eat.
Yeah, I stay seated, all right.
Oh no! Did you you ever go back to church for a different girl after that, or you stay away from those places?
I stay away from that. My taste developed a little bit as I got older.
There you go. There you go. That's good. That's good. Well, wow. I mean, listen, as long as you don't have to see anyone in that church again, I mean, it's not terrible, I guess.
Yeah,
as
and
long
this
as
is like
there's
the
no
East Coast
videos,
too.
you
So
know?
I live on the West Coast now, so it's all good. Anything tied to that, it's like the only evidence of it now is this conversation, which will probably be uploaded. So
yeah, it will be, but it's
which
okay.
is all good.
Like,
It's like
I don't know who you are.
I have no shame.
Yeah, I don't know who you are, and I don't think church girls watch the Gobcast, so I think we're good.
Hey, thanks for reaching out. I did call prior. I remember seeing your videos on 7OH, which if you ever cover again, I would love to go on that topic.
Hell yeah. I think we maybe in the future we'll do a call-in episode about that.
Yeah, because essentially I saw videos of that calling you out, like, oh, goblins attacking us. I was like, no, fuck this substance. I'm like, he's right.
There's a million people that are upset about it. It is what it is.
Fuck all of them.
Yep. But, hey, thank you for calling in. Thanks for your time today. I appreciate you, bro.
Of course. Take care, man.
Yep, you have a good one.
You too.
See ya.
Later.
Damn, I mean, I'm not going to lie. It really sucks nowadays shitting yourself at church in modern times because people can film it and pull out their phones and record it. And, if it was like the 1980s or something, shitting yourself at church is just like, that would be like folklore within a week. That would just be something like, it's a rumor around town. You could just move to a new town and no one cares. No one knows that, There's no proof. But, nowadays, dude, that's viral on the internet. You're fucked. You have to, shave your head. You can't go to church anymore. You have to go to the mosque now. Shit's fucked up. That's one of the downsides of social media nowadays. The next person, we just have a scumbag who's calling in. This guy said he took a bunch of acid and assaulted his mom, who then called the police, and then he assaulted the police. So let's listen.
Hey, Goblin, I just wanted to call in and tell you about the time where I took 1,100 micrograms of acid and assaulted my mom and a few police officers. So, yeah, feel free to call me back.
I think he probably, not micrograms, I think he probably meant, UG is the proper dose. I don't think micrograms is the appropriate. I don't know, dude. Whatever, dude. I'm tired. I'm high. Let's call him. All right. I mean, I can't relate to this one. I'm not going to lie. But let's just hear about it, I guess. Yo, you're on the Gobcast. I heard you assaulted your mother on acid. You mind being recorded?
Yeah, no, I don't mind at all. How's it going?
Yeah, pretty good. How about you?
Oh, I'm good, man. Couldn't be better.
So I just got done listening to your voicemail, and I mean, I have honestly a lot of questions.
Yeah, man, I'm sure you do.
First and foremost, how much acid did you take? Like, how many tabs?
Okay, so here's the deal. So at the time, my plug had gel tabs,
Okay.
and so I bought like 5 or 6 of them, but 2 of those tabs were from a strip that I guess had melted in his car, and it was a 10 strip, and he cut it up into like 6 pieces. So I don't know exactly how much it was, but I did the math, and roughly I took that one and then like 2 or 3 regular ones, and it like added up to like 1,100 something. So it was quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a good amount of acid.
Yeah,
So
it was a good amount.
how did your trip go? I mean, how did it start off? Was it tame at first, or how'd you end up assaulting your mom?
Okay, so basically it started out, and it was like probably 6 or 7 o'clock at night, and then so I started off. I just took 2 of them, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll take the fucked up one too." And I ate that one, and like 10 or 15 minutes later, I already started like coming up. I was like, "Oh shit,
Oh,
it's
that's
gonna be
fast.
pretty real." Yeah. So I took the gel tabs and came up really quick. I was with one of my buddies. He took like just 2 of the normal ones. So he was tripping too, but I took the fucked up one, and I was already geeking pretty hard. And so we go outside and we're like, "Yo, let's smoke a little bit. Let's chill out." And you know that's not how it works. So he hands me the bong, and it's fully loaded. And I guess at that point I was already tripping pretty hard, and I cleared the whole bowl in like one rip, I guess. And at that point I was already like geeking out pretty hard, and his neighbors were outside and shit, and they were like hearing me just fucking yelling and shit. And I guess I had to go take a shit or something. So he let me go run inside and take a shit. He left me unattended. And I guess it's hard to tell the story because I really don't remember much, but
Okay.
I went inside. And I started like, as soon as I walked inside, I remember that like I forgot that he was outside, and I started like calling out his name and shit. And honestly, I don't really remember much, but I guess I started like tearing up his room and stuff, like looking for something. And at the point that he came inside and found me, I was looking in the mirror in his bathroom, and I was just holding a flashlight over my head.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I was geeking pretty hard, and then so he comes inside, and he's trying to calm me down because I'm tearing shit up. And I don't know. He starts playing some of my favorite music and stuff, and nothing was really working. And I like took my phone and I just fucking smashed it, and I totally destroyed it. And then I broke his TV. I punched a few holes in his walls. And so he goes and gets his sister to try to help me calm down. And as soon as she walks in, I just sock her in the face. I don't know, man. I was feeling violent, I guess. So,
What the hell?
yeah, dude. I mean, this is some crazy shit. But I punched his sister. She tried to calm me down a little bit. That wasn't working.
Wait, hold
And then
on.
my homie
Wait, hold on. Let's slow down for a
Okay.
minute. Let's hold on. Let's just.
Yeah.
You sock his sister the moment she walks in the room.
Yeah. So
Drill her, punch her like a hard, full force punch.
honestly, I don't really remember. I just know that I hit her.
You hit her. Okay.
And
Is this the
so
first
my
time?
homie's
Like,
reaction,
have you like punched a sister before or something, or is this like?
person at all, man. This all came out of nowhere.
Okay.
I'm not that type of guy. I swear.
It's no problem,
I don't
dude. This
like
is the
punching
Gobcast.
women.
Like, if you are, that's
yeah,
whatever.
I know, man.
But
I'm not that type of guy. But
okay.
yeah. So his reaction to that was to punch me back to try to like
Valid.
to stop this whole thing from happening. He knocked me upside the head, and I fell onto the floor. Trying to remember what happened after this point, but I was getting all violent and shit. I was having like flashes of like my mood was changing. So I'd get real violent 1 second, and then I'd calm down and I'd be all happy and shit 1 second. So I was just like switching up and stuff. And so his sister couldn't help me out, so he decides to go over to his parents' room, and he wakes up his stepmom, and she has like past drug experience and shit. She used to do who knows what, but she came in. She came in and she was like trying to calm me down, and that was working actually. And so my perspective at this point, I was like looking at her, and I thought she was like Mother Nature or some shit, and I was having like out of body experiences and stuff. Like I was flying around, and everything was all colorful and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so she's talking to me, she's calming me down a little bit, and I guess eventually, like I just got back to the same state that I was before, and she suggests calling my mom because I was at his house at the time, and so my homie calls my mom. He's on acid, you know, he's tripping too, so I'm sure that was not easy for him, but yeah, I guess my mom drives over there. She comes inside, and I see my mom, and I give her a great big hug, and then all of a sudden,
so you're in a nice mood when you first see your mom. You give her a nice hug.
Yeah,
you're like,
it's
oh, hi,
my mom. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, mom, how's it going?
Yeah.
And then I think what might have triggered it was that she was like asking me what I took, and it was the look on her face because she was all freaked out.
Oh.
And I guess that scared me, and I just, you know, I'm like, I'm gonna shut this shit down. I'm gonna punch my mom in the face. Yeah, so I smacked the shit out of my mom, dude.
Open hand, close hand.
I don't even remember, bro. Probably open hand, to be honest. I probably just slapped
Open
her.
hand is good. That's better.
It's
okay.
less blunt.
Better than
force,
close hand, I think. Yep. For sure.
Yeah. So,
okay.
I don't know, man. I guess I ended up on the front porch after my mom had called the cops, and I like was trying to jump off because he had like a balcony. I was trying to climb over it and jump off. I was just saying all sorts of nefarious shit, talking about fucking bitches raw and whatnot. Sorry for being so vulgar, but
no, it's okay. It's okay.
Really,
speak your truth.
Yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, so my mom called the cops on me, and they get there, and there's this one cop. He's like a little on the bigger side. He's bald and he's got blue eyes, and I remember him being like a foot from my face. He was looking me in the eyes, and he was like talking to me, just being all gentle and stuff, asking me how I'm doing and stuff. And I remember I told him he had really pretty eyes, and then I got violent again. I fucking smacked him in the face too.
Do you remember how he reacted to your compliment on his eyes? Like, did he appreciate it or no?
I think he reciprocated. I think he told me I had nice eyes too.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Sure
did that set you off though?
Yeah.
Like, did you not fuck with that?
I don't know, man. Something did, but they were asking me what I took. I was like, I'm on crack, fentanyl, heroin. I just started naming off every drug in the book. So they didn't know what to do with me. I guess. I mean, my friend told them that I didn't take fentanyl, so they didn't give me the Narcan or nothing. But
so you clearly got arrested though.
Stuff. I did not actually. So what happened was they talked to my mom afterwards, and they kind of asked her what she wanted to do with me, whether that was like juvenile detention, because I was only like 17 at the time, I think, or 16. That was 2020, yeah, so probably like 16 or 17. Mm-hmm. So they actually gave my mom the choice to you know, decide what they wanted to do with me, but she didn't want me to go to jail or get in trouble or anything, so she told him she'd take care of it, and she definitely did. But yeah, so I got the ambulance ride. By the time I was at the hospital, it was like 5 or 6 in the morning, and I remember these nurses were all surrounding me, and they were, you know, putting the IVs on me, the heart monitor and stuff. And in my head, I thought we were trying to solve like a puzzle, and if we didn't solve it, we'd all go to hell or something. And I was just kind of in purgatory. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a weird mental space that I was in. And then by the time I woke up, I mean, I say woke up because that's when I like came back to my senses. I just remember looking up at the fucking ceiling tiles, and they were like a weird texture, and I was like, oh shit. And I didn't really know what actually happened and what didn't happen. Like, punching my mom and breaking my phone and shit. But yeah, so eventually I came back to my senses, man, and so I remember I had to piss, and I sat up, and my mom was like freaking out because I was like awake again, and I tell her I had to use the bathroom, and the nurse came in, and I had the IV bag on the roller, and I had to walk myself to the bathroom, and I was like wearing nothing but the hospital gown and shorts or underwear. And I just remember that being like the most shameful walk of my entire life, because I walked out of that room and all the nurses were looking at me, and I mean,
for sure they talked about you for sure, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But yeah, so after that, my mom took my ass home. That was a quiet car ride for sure.
How'd you feel when you like sobered up and kind of realized what you had just done?
I was just like like a what the fuck state, because like I didn't know what was real and what wasn't. Like I didn't know what I actually had done. Like I was asking my mom, like, did I really do that and stuff? And she was kind of telling me what happened a little bit, but it was just such a dull feeling. And then all the dopamine was gone out of my brain and stuff. So like I was just totally shot,
Wow. You ever like officially like make up with your mom over this?
Oh, absolutely, man. We're good now.
Nice.
That was years ago. I'm real tight with my mom now. We got it all figured out. But she did kick me out, and I'm living up in Oregon now.
Oh, well, I mean,
I was originally down south.
Getting kicked out isn't always a bad thing. That's cool,
Yeah, man, some good stuff came out of it, Like, I'm closer with my dad now because my parents are divorced. I didn't really get that growing up, and now I'm up here closer to my dad, and I think it really it worked out for the better. But pretty intense shit, man. Definitely changed me.
Do you have any other like drugs that make you get violent like that, or was this like a one-off kind of thing?
Nah, man, it was just that. Like typically, I'm a pretty calm guy. Like, I really keep to my own. I don't really seek out any violence or anything. I don't really fight. I never fought in school. Like it kind of came out of nowhere, and I think it was just like pent up anger that I had or something, dude. But yeah, that shit really took me out.
Well, it's good that you got your pent up anger out. It's good that you
absolutely, man.
You got it out, and now you don't have to assault any nice ladies anymore.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Why'd you only go for the women? Why'd you go for the sister than the mom?
I hit the cop too. I hit the cop.
Okay,
and
yeah,
I think I did hit my homie as well.
But you hit your homie like in retaliation because he hit you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that, I don't think I'd put that on the leaderboard. I don't count that. That's
yeah, man.
Self-defense, but damn, well.
And I just take ass and I hit women, Fuck.
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. Dude, that's just the way she goes.
That's life, though, man.
Well, hey, thank you for calling in and sharing. I appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, God. Thank you, man.
Yep, you have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, likewise. Take it easy.
Yep, see ya.
Bye.
I just don't even know what to say in response to that. Like, this guy just so casually, dude, my homie's sister came in the room, socked her in the face. Fucking, he swung on me. I fought back. Mom walks in, gave her a hug. She asked me what drugs I took. Punched her in the jaw. Fucking police called. They get there, ask me what I took. Assault them. Fucking sounds like a fun night, dude. Go to the psych ward. Fun night, dude. Fun night. They probably, oh man. I guarantee, just like I told them earlier, every single nurse in that hospital talked about that kid. Being a nurse at a hospital is probably so fun, dude. Like, besides, obviously, like, cleaning up, like, shit and, like, the gross stuff, dealing with, like, little crackhead tweaker kids that are crashing out is probably hilarious. That's got to be so entertaining. I don't know. Maybe they're sick of it. It's probably only fun for the first, like, month. I don't know. But either way, we have another voicemail here that's 3 minutes long, no transcription, and we're just going to play it and hope it's good. Let's listen.
This is part 2 of my voicemail because my mom interrupted the first, and I don't want you to have to sit through all that.
That's thoughtful.
But, fucking, sorry, I'm hungover as shit. Let me tell you about the time that my friend's breakup led me to experiment with Benadryl, DXM, and Tramadol, all within probably like a week span of time. I don't remember much from it. I just know that shit was fucking crazy, and I got fucking, dude, I just played a shit ton of Black Ops 1. That's probably the worst thing I could have done on Benadryl. But my friend, right?
He said, my bad. I just played a bunch of Black Ops 1.
He was going, damn, all right, so, my friend, right?
This guy, this is not, I can't play any more of this. I don't know where this is going. He's like, I don't remember much of it. I played Black Ops, though. That's a universal. I think the Black Ops is only tolerable if you're on drugs. Like, now that I'm relegated to just kind of smoking weed nowadays, Call of Duty sucks ass, dude. When I was in high school, I remember Black Ops Zombies was remarkable on Xanax, dude. Psychedelics too, all of them. Zombies was legit. Nowadays, that shit's boring. I get to like round 25 and I'm like, dude, can we just end it? Like, can we all go down and like go play something else? You know, my teammates don't want to agree to that shit, and then it's all irritating. It's like, what the fuck? I'm just gonna say, I'm a little upset that the guy who hit a high school didn't pick up. Okay, I really want to hear about that. Let's listen into this guy who I haven't read the full transcript of his voicemail here, but he talks about being on acid and seeing an Arby's commercial. So,
hey, Gobby, I got a trip story for you. So me and my homies were sitting around tripping. It was the four of us, and we were watching TV, and an Arby's commercial came on, and it was those super vivid, like descriptive commercials where they would zoom in on the Arby's on the sandwich, and they would make it look super juicy.
Dude, I'm telling you, something about those like, if you see a food ad or commercial when you're tripping, it's over. That shit's legit, okay? McDonald's, I don't know what it is. A McChicken seems like a Michelin star dish when you're on fucking any drug, pretty much. I mean, specifically acid, but honestly, most other substances besides probably blow, you can also apply that to. I mean, there's something about it. And then especially when I'm tripping, I'll always think I'm hungry. Like in my head, I'll be like, guys, we'll all be tweaking. We'll be like, dude, let's go to Chick-fil-A. That sounds so good. Chicken sandwich, Chick-fil-A. I love the sauce. It sounds so good. Then we go to Chick-fil-A. We're all tripping dick. We order like fucking $80 worth of food and we eat none of it. We go back to the crib. We eat none of it because we pull it out of the bag and we realize like you have to eat it. Like we just wanted to hold it and look at it. You know, like, yo, this sandwich looks so good. I'm not interested in taking a bite though.
And they'd make it have this real deep voice, and it looked so good. It was a chicken parmesan sandwich. It was Arby's limited time, like 2017, 2018.
I am picturing this guy right now playing back this commercial in his head. He remembers the limited time year that it was limited to, the chicken parmesan Arby's sandwich. I mean, damn, that sounds pretty good. I'm telling you, anything at Arby's besides the like standard beef and cheddar like menu items are good. Any special thing at Arby's is genuinely good. If you go there and order any regular thing on the menu, it's poverty every time. It's horrible. You don't want that shit. It's disgusting. When I used to live in Springfield, they had probably 5 Arby's in like a 3-mile radius, dude. Those people fuck with that shit. So I'm a valid authority on this, you know?
Promotional sandwich, and we were tripping balls, all 4 of us, and it looked so good. And so we decided to get in the car and go driving in the rain to Arby's while we were all tripping. And we ordered 10 of them. And we were sitting in the car waiting for the 10 chicken parmesan sandwiches. And we were super hyped. And we could barely drive. We were tripping super hard. Wow.
Dude, this reminds me and my friends used to get absolutely fucking blackout wasted and go to McDonald's, and we'd order like 30 McChickens on like 4 people. Like, I know they hated us, dude. We had those fryers cranking overtime, dude. Like, they turned on the extra grills in the back that they don't normally use when we come through that drive-through. And it was cheap too. Nowadays, bro, you go to McDonald's, you order 30 McChickens, that's like $100 fucking dollars. Okay? Once upon a time when this was a real country, that was $30. You know, it's not 30 fucking dollars anymore. I can't imagine 10 chicken parm sandwiches at Arby's. That's probably close to $100 too.
It was raining at nighttime. We were driving.
Economy's fucked, dude.
And it looked crazy, and nobody knew how we even got there. And we pulled up to the window, asked for the 10 chicken parmesan sandwiches, and they said, okay, it'll be a minute since you want so many. So we were sitting there for what felt like 2 hours. It was probably maybe 15, 20 minutes while they made.
Bro, it's whenever they tell you to pull forward at the fast food restaurants, it's like in the back of my head, I'm like, dude, I should crash out right now. Because then the two people that come up behind you, you're looking in your rear view and you just watch them get bags handed to them and they just leave. And you're sitting there and it's like, bro, I ordered a cheeseburger and fry. You know, it's like, what could these two guys possibly have ordered that is not cheeseburger and fries? Like, are they picking favorites right now? Did they just think my car was lame? They're like, yeah, make that brokey pull over. Like, let's go serve these cool guys. Like, what's the deal? That shit pisses me off. I get it though. I mean, I've worked fast food. Like, I understand they have to do it to like pace certain things, but like, dude, fuck.
But it felt so long. We were like, did we even order? Did they forget about us? We were all tripping, including the driver. And one of my homies paid for it. And it was like $50, $60 at Arby's. And we got these 10 chicken parmesan sandwiches. And we eventually got them. We ended up making it back home, and we did not eat a single one. I think one of us took a bite, but we were tripping so hard we didn't eat any of them. And
this is literally bar for bar what I was just talking about. Like, the food's always sounds better in your head, and then you actually get the food and you don't eat any of it every time when you're tripping. I think my other favorite part about this is how their designated driver was also tripping. Because, I mean, dude, pretty much every time I got in a car when I was in high school, it was just like the guy who took one less tab than the rest of us, or the guy who skipped the last Ritos. It's like, yo, here's my keys, dog. You know? Shocks me. Listen, the cars nowadays, it's probably so lit, dude. These kids got little Tesla Model 3s nowadays that give it like 10 years and they'll all have them in high school. All the cars will self-drive. Dude, I have a Toyota Corolla. That's an entry-level car. That motherfucker can self-drive now, okay? 2024. We're in the future. All these kids now can just take Xans until they pass out on the steering wheel, and the steering wheel will just turn itself until they go home. Like, I can't imagine how lit it is to be a drug addict right now. You know? Dude, I can drop acid and autopilot all the way to Vegas and go all in my fucking net worth without ever having to turn my steering wheel. Bet, dude. Count me the fuck in. You know? And with these new, like, at least I've read, you know, I've seen on Twitter and stuff, apparently if you have the newest version of like the full self-driving on Teslas, you don't have to be attentive anymore. For a while, you still had to like hold the wheel and make eye contact. Like they monitor where your eyes are to make sure you're watching the road. Apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, comments, I might be incorrect, but apparently this newest version, you don't even have to do that. So fuck, dude. I mean, all my fiends out there, you're tripping on acid, just buy a new Tesla, dude. Full self-driving, it'll take you everywhere. Or just call Waymo. That's not the same, though. You're not really, like, that's not yours. That's different. Waymo's cool, though. I mean, you guys just saw the other week. I mean, Waymo's pretty chill about stuff, dude. We talked to support. We talked to Melanie on support, and she was, you know, didn't mind us drinking 40s at all. She was really happy about it, I think. So, I'm still shocked about the guy who assaulted his mom. Like, that almost, like, I had to, like, take a step back there because he was just so, like, he's like, yeah, me and my mom are great now. Like, I just socked her right in the face. Let's listen to this next voicemail here. We have a couple here that are concerning. This individual here, this isn't even a psychedelic, actually. This guy didn't follow the topic. He took gas station Delta 8 and started tweaking. Well, you didn't follow the topic, young man. So, I mean, I'm actually not going to call you for that reason. But what I am going to say is, listen, I personally believe anyone who goes to a gas station and buys a weed product, that's natural selection. 100, like the consequence, you chose those consequences. If you can't have the discretion to know where to go to get like a decent product to get you high, you're just like, dude, I'm going to Circle K and I'm buying the THC product behind the counter. Godspeed, brother. They sell anything at the gas station. The smoke shops are crazy nowadays. Okay? You can buy fucking everything. Listen, it's no good. It's no bueno. Only gas would never do you like that. I'm just going to... You see that? These bags right here? You would never do that to you. Okay? Let's listen to this voicemail here that's just fucked
you're
up.
You're talking about psychedelic stories. I got robbed on acid when I was like 13. I took like 2 tabs. They held me.
What do you... First off, just off the first sentence, I have like probably 5 questions. First and foremost, what are you talking about? You're on acid at 13. And 2, who's robbing you? Who was robbing 13-year-olds? We're calling this guy right now. Did they take his phone? I mean, he's not picking up, dude. Might have gotten robbed again, dude. They took it. They ran all his pockets this time. Phone's gone. Fucking bro can't pick up.
I'm sorry.
And you know any middle schoolers that drop acid and are an easy lick? I mean, tell them to call me back, I guess, because this one didn't pick up the goddamn phone, ladies and gentlemen. Let's play this voicemail here from someone who broke into a house he thought he was abandoned, and it was not, apparently.
Hey, so today's topic is psychedelics, and
I love when people call in this format. When people start the voicemail, they're like, hey, so today's topic is psychedelics. It's like they're in like English class, and they have to like MLA format the voicemail, dude. Like some people really take this serious. I appreciate that, you know? Not everyone does that.
Friend, we kept breaking into this house that we thought was abandoned, and the whole time it turned out not to be abandoned, and the dude pulled his gun on us while we were all...
That's valid of the dude to do, I think. Let's call him. It's a valid thing for that guy to do.
Yo, no way.
Yo, I heard you're breaking into abandoned houses and shit. You're on the Gobcast. You mind being recorded?
No, I fucking don't. Hey, yo.
Yo, so I'm intrigued by your voicemail. I just got done listening to it. I want to hear this story.
All right, so me and all my friends, we were in about, say, like 10th, 11th grade.
Okay.
And so we all used to hang out at the skate park. So we had dirt jumps, and so we went there. Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually hard to breathe. I thought when people said that, they like just kind of like exaggerated, but no. So we go to these dirt jumps, and we're all like, let's take acid. So we're like, I got the plug.
Okay.
So we all go, get our acid, we take it, and our friends are like, hey, there's this abandoned house across the street. Like, let's go into it once the acid starts hitting and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, okay. So we go into it, and we make it like maybe 5-10 feet in. And I should have knew it was a bad idea when they kicked the door in. Because I was like, if it was abandoned, we shouldn't have had to kick the door in. But they did. So we walk in, and we're all freaking out, tripping off the acid. So we run back out, run across the street to our little hidden woods area. And so we're like, okay, well, we should go further in. So then 5 minutes later, we go back in. And we're like,
okay.
We go in, we go even farther this time. And we see cameras with a red light on them. So all my friends are tripping, and they're like, oh, this is somebody's house.
Yeah, that shit's not abandoned.
Like, no, not at all. And so we're like, okay. So we all leave, as you should, when you find out it's not abandoned.
Yep.
But then, for some reason, we keep feeling the need to go back into this house. So every time we go further and further. And so the next time we go into like a living room, and as soon as all of us entered the living room, it felt like we had like a backpack full of bricks on our shoulders. Like our chest just got heavy.
Fuck.
And we're like, okay, we see a mailman like a block away, like a block or two away. We're like, okay, we know how to tell if this house is abandoned or not. We're just going to wait for the mailman. And if he puts mail in there, then we'll know it's not abandoned. So you got like 6 kids just staring at this mailman, watching him come all the way down the street, watching him deliver mail at every individual house. And he puts the mail in that mailbox, and we all scream and freak out and run into the woods. So I can only imagine the mailman's point of view.
So wait, what time of day was this happening at when you guys went into the house?
Broad daylight.
Oh, what?
Like afternoon, like 2, 3 p.m.
Oh, that's a bad time of day to break into a house.
A terrible time of the day.
So,
go ahead.
No, continue.
What were you going to say?
I was just curious how it got to the point of like you getting caught.
So, I guess the cameras were alerting the owner.
Okay.
So we go in one last time. We're like showing our other friend who's not tripping. And they decide, we're like, okay, we'll go in one last time. We come out early. So we come out early, and then we see the guy pull up, and we're like, shoot, some of our friends are still in there. So once they come out, the dude starts screaming, and like, he's livid. This dude is pissed, and I can't understand him. Like, I don't know. My acid was not helping in this situation.
Yeah.
And he had a gun. So, like, I'm bawling. I'm not going to lie. I was crying. I was like, I can't even understand this dude. He's about to fucking shoot me. And then my sister's on top of the hood having a badass trip, like, trying to avoid snakes and shit.
What the?
And so our sober friend had to talk to him. And he was like, hey, yo, like, we're sorry, we thought it was abandoned. Come to find out, the dude claimed this was his dad's house, and his dad was like one of the first people to die from COVID.
Oh, so he was just like maintaining the property or some shit?
Yeah.
So what happened when he pulls up, he's waving the gun around? Do you guys just run? Does he like let you go, or how's that play out?
So pretty much we're all standing on the other side of his road. He pulls his gun. He's not really waving it at us. He's more like holstering it or brandishing it. So, and I can't understand him. So I literally could not understand like a word of anything he was saying. And so pretty much he more talks to my friend and decides to let us go. Like, I don't really know what was all said because I couldn't understand it. Just from what my friend told me, he just decided to like let us go. We just couldn't go back to those dirt jumps.
I mean, that's pretty understanding, I feel like, though. Like, that's a pretty valid solution, you know?
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, you could have gotten in some way worse trouble for surely.
Imagine getting arrested on acid. That would probably suck.
Would you guys commonly go explore like abandoned places and stuff?
No. This was like an out of the blue, like, acid idea.
Okay.
Like
so
a terrible idea.
After this, you were like, F that, we're never doing this shit again.
Pretty much.
Well, it scared you straight. So maybe it wasn't the worst thing ever. But exploring abandoned places isn't really bad either, so.
Nah.
Well, hey, thank you for calling in, bro. I appreciate you for sharing your story.
Of course, bro. Hope I make the YouTube video. I stuttered a lot.
Hey, you're all good, bro. You probably will. You have a good rest of your day, though.
Hey, you too, man.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bro.
Oh, my God, dude. I don't think he realized the call was still going, and he was like, bro. Listen, we're going to play this one voicemail that I just got right now because this is a confession from someone that is completely off topic today and is disgusting, and we're just going to play it. Just so he wants to get it off his chest. Here we go.
What's up, Goblin? I know the topic is psychedelics, and this doesn't really have something to do with it, but I need to get this off my chest, you know? I jerk off at school, and I do it a little too much. like to the point where it's bad. So if you want to hear about that, I've done it probably over 100 times in the past few years. Not proud of it, but you know, a man has to do what he has to do.
I 100% believe him because listen, if there's any guy who jacks off at school every day, it's the guy who sounds like this. 100% it's a guy who sounds like this. So, I mean,
get rid of his urges, you know what I'm saying? So
I don't know if I want to talk to that person. I don't know if I want to interact with him. I don't think I do. I mean, I play the voicemail, but like what do I get out of this conversation? What do we get out of this conversation as a community here? You know, like, do we learn anything? Like, oh, wow, maybe I shouldn't stroke it at school. Like, well, I think everyone here knows that by now. I think he even knows that, which is why he's talking so quietly in the voicemail, you know? I just feel like my ears are going to be grimy listening to this through the, you know, the airwaves and shit. Like, it's going to, I don't know. Don't do that. Don't do that at school, ladies and gentlemen. That has nothing to do with the topic. I'm glad you got that off your chest, though, man. And listen, I think we're going to call it here, ladies and gentlemen, because I need to go wash my hands after listening to that voicemail, even though I didn't touch anything. So thank you all for watching today. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you haven't already. And also, make sure you turn your notifications on, all right? I want to see more people getting noties, okay? If you don't have your noties on, you're in deep trouble, so turn them on. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at the Gobcast. Follow me on Instagram at the GBLN. You know the drill by now. For those of you guys who are still to this very day wondering how do I call into the Gobcast, you got to follow me on other platforms to find the call-in number and know what day I'm taking calls. I usually take them every other Friday. Sometimes it changes, though. You got to check the Instagram story. That's where I announce it. So tap in. You know the drill. All the links will be in the comments. I'll catch y'all next week. Deuces.